shadow of Fu Manchu. Based on the stories by Sax Roma. Inspector Nayland Smith has received word of the sudden and mysterious death of Sir Lionel Barton, renowned Orientalist and explorer. At Rowan House, Sir Lionel's home, Smith finds that Strasser, Sir Lionel's secretary, is the victim, having been mistaken for his employer. He has been murdered by what Inspector Weymouth of Scotland Yard terms the green mist, a creeping vapor escaping out of a mummy case. As Nayland Smith, Dr. Petrie, and Inspector Weymouth are examining the distorted body of the victim, a heavy African spear is hurled through the window, barely missing Nayland Smith. There's a message attached. We find him grimly staring at the paper in his hand.
Well, Petrie, you asked for proof of Fu Manchu's hand in these crimes. Here it is.
Read it again, Smith.
Inspector Nayland Smith, your interference in my plans I can tolerate no longer. Be warned, Dr. Fu Manchu.
By Jove, it's uncanny, Nayland. Aye, that it is, Doctor. How in the name of seven devils anyone could get past my men who surround this place is beyond comprehension. I'll have the grounds searched at once.
Useless, Weymouth. A search now would be a waste of time. Let's go on with our investigation. You might instruct your men, though, to close in and watch the house. Another spear might be disastrous for one of us.
I'll see to it at once.
The green mist. What do you make of it, Petrie?
Nothing, Nayland. Absolutely nothing. I'm fairly at a loss.
See how heavy this mummy case is? Strasser must have turned it over as he fell. He wouldn't have laid it on its side to remove the lid. Look at these paintings, inside and out. Wonderfully preserved all through the ages. Hello.
Huh? What is it? What have you found?
Piece of twine. See what's attached to the end of it?
What? A rubber stopper.
And here in the side of the case is the hole it filled. Don't you see the idea? The mummy was taken from the case and the servant of Fu Manchu's took its place. It was then delivered here to Sir Lionel's home.
Jove, and the first to raise the lid
would receive the benefit of the green mist, delivered by the person concealed in the case. Who but Dr. Fu would think of such a scheme?
Well, we found nothing. Absolutely nothing. Not even a trace, excepting...
Excepting what?
The chained-up leopard. It's dead. Killed by another of these spears.
Oh, something we overlooked, Weymouth. The prolonged silence of the beast should have warned us of the presence of someone. Whoever it was had to kill the leopard first to get close enough to the window to hurl in the spear and note.
I say, what's all this? What's going on here?
Sir Lionel. It's murder, Sir Lionel.
Huh?
I warned you, and you see you've had an awfully narrow escape.
George, yes. I should have listened. Strasser, is he dead?
Quite dead.
What does it mean, Mr. Smith?
Simply that a visit was paid your house by Dr. Fu Manchu, the man I warned you against today.
But great Scott, why did he kill Strasser?
Strasser, you see, wears your dressing gown. Does that mean anything to you?
By George, he was mistaken for me.
Exactly, Sir Lionel. He was after the jewels in the mummy case.
And Quee, also dead. Why?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, he was in the pay of Fu Manchu and lay in hiding. awaiting just such an opportunity to murder you.
He killed me? I doubt that, Mr. Smith. He's been in my employ for several years.
In some way, Sir Lionel, Fu Manchu got to him and possibly forced him to act for him.
I don't like to contradict you, sir, but I don't think this is the work of your Dr. Fu Manchu.
What do you mean?
I had a wire from Professor Rimbaud tonight. That's why I left the house so suddenly, to meet him at the Travelers' Club. However, in one thing you were right. No one but Strasser knew of my absence.
You saw Professor Rimbaud?
I did. He knew of my discovery of the tomb of Mikala. Knew that the sarcophagus had been brought untouched to England. He warned me not to open it.
Oh, what reason did he give Sir Lionel for his warning?
He gave me curious particulars of the strange death of Pierre Manette, the French Egyptologist. Particulars new to me.
What were the nature of the particulars?
Pierre Manette discovered, but kept secret, the tomb of a Mentai, another of this particular brotherhood of magicians who were familiar with the magic arts.
Another magician, you say, Sir Lionel? You mean this Makara was a magician?
Yes, that was also a Mentai. It appears that Pierre Manette opened the Mentai's mummy case on the spot and was found dead beside it, apparently strangled.
I recall reading of Manette's death. The particulars were missing.
It was hushed up by the Egyptian government.
How long, Sir Lionel, had this mummy case lain at the docks?
2 days. I'm not a superstitious man, Mr. Smith, but I thank heaven that I was not here to see what came out of that sarcophagus.
So do I. Because whatever the magician Makara had to do with the matter, by means of the sarcophagus, Fu Manchu made his first attempt upon your life. He's failed this time, but he'll try again. And Fu Manchu does not fail twice.
Late the following night, Nayland Smith and Inspector Weymouth are engaged in an investigation at the docks of the disappearance of the mummy. For the moment, Dr. Petrie is alone in his Baker Street quarters. Seated at his desk, he is engrossed in a treatise on Oriental poisons. A stealthy movement in the dark hall outside his door attracts his attention. Snatching up his pistol from where it lays at the desk at his elbow, he leaps to his feet and turns as a hooded figure steps into the room.
Don't move or I fire. Who are you? Take off that cloak.
Oh, no. No, put down your pistol, Dr. Petrie. I must speak to you.
Academy. Good heavens, what are you doing here? How did you get in?
Fu Manchu has a duplicate key to your house door. I stole it tonight to come to you.
A duplicate key to my door?
Yes. Oh, I have never betrayed a secret of my master before. But you must replace that lock at once.
Fu Manchu, your master? I thought you were his daughter.
His daughter? No, I am his slave.
Slave? In England? Oh, that's absurd. You're a free agent. You can't control your actions.
Have you ever been under the influence of a brain so powerful? But you cannot understand.
Frankly, I can't. But why are you here at this time of night?
I have come to ask you again to take me away from him, to hide me where he cannot find me, ever.
Well, I could place you under police protection. But your request must be a pretense. Otherwise, why do you keep the secrets of Fu Manchu when they mean death to so many?
Death? Death is nothing. I have seen my own sister die of fever in the desert. Seen her thrown like carrion in a hole in the sand. I have seen men whipped until they prayed for death. I have known the lash myself. Death? What does it matter?
Then prove that you really wish to leave the service of Fu Manchu by telling me what killed Strasser.
I do not know that. But if you will take me away so that I cannot return to him, I will tell you all I do know. And it is much. But while he is my master, I will never betray him.
Then let me place you under the protection of the police.
Police? Your police cannot protect me from him. If you will not take me away yourself. Oh, but you do not understand. You will never understand. And release me from him. Oh, someone is coming. I must go. I have remained away too long now. But listen. Go away. Now, without delay. Go away, Dr. Petrie. Do not stay here tonight.
And Nayland Smith?
What is Nayland Smith to me? But you are in grave danger of your life. Do you not understand? Go away from this house. Go away tonight.
But, it just... What? Well, by Jove. I suppose I should have held her until Nayland returned. Oh, Nayland. You met her on the stairs? You saw her?
Whom do you mean?
Academy. She just this moment left me. You must have met her.
Academy? Why, what the devil was she doing here?
She came to warn me.
And you let her go? Oh, why didn't you detain her? That's the third time we've had her in our grasp, and you allow her to go.
But she came of her own free will to warn me. Why, I don't know.
Because she loves you, you idiot. Will you believe me now? If you'd insisted, she'd have told you all she knows.
Well, I couldn't. I simply couldn't. She disarms me, Nayland.
Because you realize she's in love with you. The dignified doctor that you are, you won't admit it. Well, she is, old chap, believe me. Why pretend to be blind to it? You don't know the Oriental mind as I do. But I quite understand the girl's position.
How so?
Because while she fears the English authorities, she would submit to you. Now, if you'd only seize her by the hair and drag her to some cellar, hurl her down and stand over her with a whip, she'd tell you everything she knows, and then salve her strange Eastern conscience with the reflection that speech was forced upon her.
Nayland,
Why, of course. And then adore you for your savagery.
Now, Nayland, be serious. You know what her warning meant before.
Yes, and I can guess what it means now. Oh, I'll answer that. I think I know what it is anyway. Inspector Weymouth, Mr. Smith. Oh, thank you. From Weymouth by district messenger. I left him at the docks. He was to send me any evidence he might find. This will likely be fragments of the mummy.
You know where the mummy was removed from the case?
Yes, the docks. And someone else was in the sarcophagus when it reached Sir Lionel's house. A mummy case is practically airtight. So the use of the rubber stopper, of course, was for ventilation. How this person killed Strasser, we've yet to learn.
And also how he escaped from a locked room. And what about the green mist?
Well, the green mist can be explained in several ways. Remember, we have only one man's word for it, that it actually existed. At best, it's a confusing piece of evidence. And I'm afraid we're attaching too much importance to it.
Can we attach too much importance to anything Fu Manchu employs in his mad scattering of death?
Oh, so it's got you at last, eh? Well, I was a skeptic too, Petrie, until I found myself in conflict with the wily doctor's playthings. However, in this instance, let's see what we have here. Metal container, sealed. Give me that paper cutter from your desk. Yes, Petrie, we must overlook the little things in dealing with Fu Manchu. His agents will... Great Scott, Petrie. You were right. Get out. This box comes from Fu Manchu. Run, Petrie! The green mist!
The shadow of Fu Manchu.